Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Sheets, and I'm going to be going over the NBA lineup build for tonight's slate. Starts at 6 o'clock, and then maybe I'll do a little bit of the showdown for tonight. So it's a kind of a crazy, for just a kind of a random Sunday slate. It is pretty nuts. You have Donovan Mitchell out, among other things. And I think we just got, I don't know if it's confirmed, but maybe Ty Jerome might be starting for Cleveland, which is why he's picking up a pretty good projection. You have Jokic out again for Denver. So you're getting Dario Saric showing up as a really good play. You have all that Portland value again with Robert Williams and Shannon Sharp and Donovan Clingan. Then you also have some Memphis value. You have Vince Williams at 3,500, who's about 6x. So there's a lot of possibilities here. And the thing you also have to keep in mind is that there's also a big bit of news from the 7 o'clock game, which we don't have yet. At least I don't think we have yet. And that would be Karl Anthony Towns as questionable. He did not play Friday, and I just have no idea. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Not to mention, LaMelo Ball is playing. Okay, so at least we have that. So it's kind of an interesting strategy session, right? So what do you want to do about Cat? If the good thing is if he's out, it's not as if I don't think anybody from that, at least from the center position, is going to stand out. Like Jericho Sims is going to start, but he's not going to be as good of a play as probably some of these other values anyway. So I don't think it's that big of a deal to kind of hold off on making a decision on some of these 6 o'clock games, pending the news from Cat. So what we're going to do is we're just going to build assuming the following. We're going to build assuming that Cat is in, I guess, and that whatchamacallit, that LaMelo is in as well, because he is in. And although we don't have the starters yet for Cleveland, we're going to keep an eye on that. And all I've gotten is they said a strong likelihood that Ty Jerome starts. Yeah. So I have him with a 24-point projection. So I think I can live with that regardless of whether he's going to start or not. The only thing that's going to change is probably ownership. So we're going to continue to keep a lookout for that. But we're just going to build as normal. So let's pull up SaberSim and we'll upload the lineups. And again, just to show you guys what I do, let's just start over. Do we have time for this? Yeah, let's do it. Let's start over. All right. So first thing we do is we upload whatever contest files exist. So I already have this from before. So let's upload from DraftKings the download file, and it's going to come up. Where is that? Right in here. And we're going to overwrite that. And we are good. Okay, so now we're going to upload our projections. And again, what we're really waiting on is, well, number one, it would be nice to get confirmation whether Cat's out or not, but I don't think we're going to get that before the 6 p.m. games lock. And then if we actually do get the news that Ty Jerome is starting, I guess we could probably bump up his projection a little bit, but I don't think I don't know. We'll have to take a look at it. So we're just going to build just kind of as normal and see what we get. Donovan Mitchell out. All these guys are looking pretty good. With Jokic out, all those guys are looking pretty good. The Portland value still looks really strong. I mean, Robert Williams I have projected at 8x. And then I even have Shaden Sharp with a 30-point projection. Even Klingon, I have at 24 points. Then you have these Houston guys, Dylan Brooks.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I'm curious what, like, of the Cleveland guys, I feel like they're being a little bit under projected with Mitchell out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Levert, I was getting Levert, and then we'll see what I'm getting now. I don't know. Could be.
It just feels like they should be a little bit of a higher projection.
You think Darius Garland should be higher or something?
I think I think Mobley, I think all of them should be higher. I think you're talking about, one of the highest usage players. That's got to go somewhere. But like Levert being 10% owned, if that's real, I don't buy that. Like Levert should be projected around 30 plus, 35, 30, somewhere between 30 and 35. Garland should be projected around 44, 45. Mobley, I feel like, should be projected around 45. I just feel like it's got to go somewhere. You know what I mean? And I like Ty Jerome.
For what it's worth, I mean, the Levert projection is pretty much across the board.
No, I hear it. I understand because there's plenty of bust paths, but there's also like the you need him because he scores 60.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. There's also, by the way, there's also Amin Thompson is questionable as well.
Yeah,
that's a crazy one. That's for a 7 o'clocker.
Yeah.
But like when I run these right for now, I'd be getting, wow, this is interesting. I'd be getting 100% Robert Williams, but then Jamal Murray, Sengun, like Cade Cunningham, Shaden Sharp. Yeah, it's weird. Like to not get these Cleveland guys seems almost brutal, right?
Yeah, it just seems weird, and maybe it's because it's the earlier game. But it's like a place of, like, instead of looking for the value, which I do agree that Ty Jerome is good value, but I think you should be looking at where is the usage all going to go, because it's not going to go all to Ty Jerome. Oh, they're starting. It's pumping. It's bumping up a little bit.
It is.
Yeah. Levert just went up another 5 points. Garland went up. Well, actually went down a little bit. Mobley went up though. And it's funny because Levert's not starting, and maybe that's just the people making a mistake, thinking that means he's not going to be closing if it's close, that he's not going to have tons of usage when he's in. That's just my take on that one. And I think that if there was ever a time to make it's really almost impossible. And we know Robert Williams is not going to be 50% owned. He's going to be 80% owned. It's just, that's the way it is. But I think that your argument for fading him is maybe that Klingon gets 38 and he gets like 20. Well, that still seems like good value. Maybe it's not the value you need, Is
he so Robert Williams though is power forward eligible, right?
That's the other thing that makes it why he's going to be 1,000,000% owned. I mean, we know these no projection site ever projects people at like 90% when they're going to be 90%.
When they're going to be 90%, exactly.
And by the way, I just to touch on a question from the chat. Yes, I did play Taysom Hill. He's in 30% of my buy-ins. And he was 3% owned or 2% owned in the single entries, which I played him in. I played one entry in the 555. He was in that lineup. The problem is I just needed to play Judy over Tillman to have a chance to really win anything. No matter what, I'm probably going to win today just because of Taysom. But
that's good.
Judy was the one that's really the Judy Tillman thing is what's going to haunt me today.
Yeah, and I have plenty of Judy, but not in Taysom lineups.
Right. It's just one of those.
So yeah, and well, I'll tell you who's not performing very well is Christian McCaffrey, right?
Yeah, but maybe he can get. I mean, I actually have him like near the field. I mean, I've got him in the 200 single entry. I've got the most time remaining of anybody in the top 150, but I have Estime, the Denver guy who's barely gotten in there.
And we knew that was possible.
We knew it was possible. Like we say with Sean Payton, he does different things all the time. And by the way, he still might have a big second half. Like he did, you know what I mean? Get a bunch of touches. It's possible. But I felt like annoyed at not capitalizing a little more on the Taysom because of my Tillman exposure. Although he's 40% owned, so you could still do well with him.
Yeah, and there's this. I think the Cincinnati LAC game is there are people that have that available left. So FanDuel is not.
Did you have any Taysom over there?
I mean, if I did, I don't notice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing looks really good.
Yeah.
41. I mean, that, oh boy, Detroit had no mercy.
No, that was like actually to the point where I actually thought it was strange until I realized it was only their 7th possession. They just were scoring touchdowns every possession. So like, why do you have to take your foot off the brakes when you only get so many snaps to try to perfect everything after your quarterback threw 5 picks the week before? Maybe it actually makes some sense, you know?
Yeah, but you know what? It's on brand. You know what I mean? They just don't stop. It's like
but I mean, they need to get the run for all their guys, you know?
yeah.
So I kind of get it. Like, but it also felt a little bit like they were only throwing the ball when they were up by 42. That was weird. It's the first time ever that's been the score of a game. It's never happened in the NFL, 52-6.
Amon Thompson available. Okay, that helps. That definitely helps. One thing I don't have to worry about. Let me just see if these Cleveland guys are showing up a little bit more. I mean, Sabersom has them only like a point or two higher than me. I mean, barely. Like Mobley, they have it 37. I have it 39.
Yeah, I like yours better for what it's worth.
They got a big old 14 points on Craig Porter Jr. I don't have that. I have like a 9.
How about the no Luka with Jaden Hardy now and all these guys?
Let me see what let me see.
I'm sure you got to have some Kyrie.
Yeah. I do, but I don't. I mean, I do. I have 23%.
Okay, that seems about right.
But there's so much, you know what I mean? So many good plays. But
that's the problem. Like you could accident. I mean, today's a slate where somebody who accidentally leaves like 2,000 on the table could win it.
Dyson Daniels averaging 6 steals a game, and yet I can't find anybody who'll give me the under 5.5.
So here's my Robert Williams anti-argument. I'm not saying look, he's probably going to go whatever, but I'm just looking at this and I'm going, the highest projected raw scorer is 8,300. That's Kyrie. Okay. How do you not find the way to build like more of a medium build? Like, I just think that if you're hand building, that's what you should be looking at. Like, we really have so much value that we don't need like all the extra value of the 3K guy. Like, you can play 8K, you could play 4 or 5 8K guys with the 5K guy with the Leverts or whatever, and you could throw in and just play Klingon instead.
That's true.
It's just an interesting argument for, you know, maybe Williams won't be quite as high owned because of the nature of the slate, but usually somebody projects at 9x, it's like 100%, you know?
Yeah, let me see any other news coming out. Let's just see. Someone's asking, "Oh, is Durant hurt?" No, I don't know about that. But
Dyson Daniels cannot be averaging 6 steals a game. Is that a real? There's no way that's real.
I don't know. Whatever it is, no one will give me the under 5.5 though, for some reason.
He cannot be. That's for steals. What world is this?
Maybe in the last couple of games, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's just been like a couple games. I just got to take a look here because there's no way that can be. He does lead the league in. He's averaging almost 4, which is pretty amazing because he's leading the league and Jordan Poole is second with almost half of what he's averaging. So that's pretty amazing.
Yep. Okay. Isaiah Stewart is going to start over Jalen Duren for the first time. And then Cade, Ivy, Beasley, and Harris will also start. Now, what does that mean?
I actually think it makes Duren kind of an interesting tournament play if he plays at all, because I don't understand what they're doing if they're going to try and start Stewart over it. Like,
hang on 1 second. Hold on. Hello.
Are you sure everything's okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. I'm just in the middle. I'm online right now. Everything's fine.
Doesn't sound like you where you're. I mean, for 2 days I couldn't get you.
100% fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Could you tell me if it wasn't?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Everybody's going crazy.
what's going on?
Nothing.
Oh.
So wait, so we have to redo these Detroit projections, right? That's the story.
I think.
Well, right now they have Isaiah Stewart. I already had Isaiah Stewart higher, but he's got to go be higher than 17 points if he's starting at 4,500, right?
Yeah, he'll be at like somewhere in the mid 25s or so, maybe a little higher. It's really weird. This is one of those slates where I actually like not having to hand build because it's just so weird. Like there's just too much value, and it's really hard to know what to do with that.
What
I guess
about,
Jaden Hardy's going to look like one of the best plays in a minute
why?
because Luka's out.
But he's been out though, right?
He's been out, but for some reason Hardy's projection bumped up a lot.
Let me see.
I don't know.
To 21 from 6. Yeah, that's true.
Go ahead, Don. Tell us your lineup. Yeah.
Yeah, this is getting kind of crazy here. At least the Dallas is not till 7, but yeah, when's the Portland game? That's right away, right? So if you're gonna play like 100% freaking Robert Williams,
is it worth it to play 100% of anyone? Is the
right. So I literally don't know what to do. I mean, I have to do something with this Isaiah Stewart projection before like 550 if I really want to play this right. See if there's any. So Jalen Jordan's not hurt, but he's probably just going to come off the bench. 21 maybe? No. See, a couple of people have them at 24 minutes each. Can that be? I mean, I guess it could.
Yeah. I don't know about that. It seems a little weird.
Let's see something. Is Denver good?
Are they good in general?
Yeah.
Yeah. When Jokic plays.
No, the Broncos.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
They are, right? I mean,
I buy it. Yeah, I'm buying. I buy the defense. I think Sean Payton's. I think like he's a lunatic, but he's a great coach. Shaden Sharp was talked about to answer that.
Yeah,
one.
I got a whole bunch of him right now.
I think he's like a fairly obvious play. It makes sense. I also think that you could argue that LeVert at lower ownership might be an interesting pivot. I mean, nobody's playing LeVert. That just seems weird to me. Like, it wouldn't surprise me on this slate if he was the highest scoring player.
I know that somebody's going to smash at low ownership, and we're going to say, huh?
Yeah. It feels like one of those, yeah. And there's just so much value, it's hard to know what to do with, you know? Saric the other night, even when he started at 3K, he was 10% owned sheets. Now he's going to be 1,000,000% owned.
Yep.
It just doesn't feel right to me. I love Robert Williams as a player. This matchup, if he was 5K and no one was playing him, I would say play him. You know, but it just feels like a spot where you could maybe take hey, I don't need to necessarily do that. There's a lot of other ways to build. I mean, yeah, you've got Shea, you've got Trey, you've got Cade. I guess those guys I forgot about before. But why did I forget about this? I think Kyrie is. I mean, gotta hope the game stays close, but.
I mean, right now, I don't really have much of Isaiah Stewart. Of Jalen Duran anyway. No, I had I had 0 of him. But do I have to play Isaiah Stewart? That's the question, right? Starting at 4,500.
No.
Okay.
You don't have to play him, and you don't have to play Saric. Both of those are going to seem like the guys.
Yeah. But this Hardy thing that you're talking about is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What's he done this year so far?
Well, he doesn't do anything when these guys play. You know,
No, but when Luka's been out, has he done anything?
I think this is Luka's maybe his first, or I don't know. He might have had one other one. Let me double check real quick. I'm just gonna take a quick look at this. Because Hardy won't start. He's just a good point. He's just going to put up a ton of shots in general. Like, he had 143 game. I don't know who was in or out, though. I'm guessing that Kyrie or Luka was out. But he has that kind of ceiling.
Dallas.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think the pools are like you're playing the Dallas, Cleveland, Denver with some Portland. That would be the way that I would look at this.
What's Hardy going to get here as far as minutes go?
I think it's totally fluid. It's rough. He's only, I mean, this projection of him at 21 is based on 20 minutes.
Right.
There's upside on that. There's also probably downside. But if he plays like 30, you're like you need him, like probably. Because that usually means he's got like 35 or something.
Yeah. But was he able to like support, some good numbers with Kyrie there? Or was it when both of them were out?
There was times with just one of them out, and there was times with both. But they also have a different group of guys now. They're going to play Grimes a bunch of minutes in general. But like if they need scoring, he's their best answer. This is not a team that has a lot of shot creators, and Kyrie is the only one in the starting lineup who's really a shot creator.
Saric. Guy of Memphis was getting some love. This Vince Williams Jr. off the bench. I mean, I don't know if you need that. But.
I just don't know if exactly. I think it's fine, but I don't know if you need it.
Yeah.
But maybe it's his night. Like, I don't know. It's tough with the NBA. I like the Hardy plays in general because I know he's going to take shots and at least give himself a chance to be.
I think that's a very good play. I don't think anybody's going to play him.
I think he's going to get lost a little bit. Because like on a normal slate, though, like think about it. If we only had one value under 4K, he would be 80% owned, and I would be talking about fading him. It's the same play. It's just
and I'll try to say something else. I really think a lot of that has to do that it's a Sunday.
Yeah. This is what I hate about the NBA, like as a product sometimes, is that early in the year until they start showing the games on ABC, and that like after after the All-Star break, this Saturday and Sundays, everybody just sits.
I don't even mean that. I mean just like the content providers are like kind of everybody's falling asleep.
Yeah. I think that's fair too. Especially football.
Maybe we should just pound like all the Hardy. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he could get 40. It's like
absolutely. It's not even like a stretch.
I mean, if he gets run, he could get 40.
Yeah, exactly.
And Cat is still questionable. He'll warm up with the intention of playing. Okay. That's good. Yeah, but that seems to be the new like speak now. They said that about LaMelo too. So we'll warm up with the intention of playing. I think that's a thing now.
Yeah.
Like when you're going to play, that's what you're going to say.
Yeah, I think you're right. That sounds right.
I think I'm just going to leave this.
Do you have anything good in the NFL at all?
No.
Not the NFL day for you.
Some cashes, whatever, but nothing that's going to make top 20 in anything. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Let me just see. I mean, you just have to have Taysom and the right combinations. That's it. I have, what do I have? What is this? 130. What's my best fantasy? My best Millie Maker play lineup has 191 points.
It's a lot.
With McCaffrey and the Bills defense left with a 0 with Tucker Kraft.
Oh shit.
That one had and it didn't have Taysom Hill either. It had St. Brown with 42 at 8%.
Oh, God.
Judy at 29 to 5%, Elijah Moore with 18, Jonnu Smith with 31,
Oh God.
Winston with 30, and it's sitting there with the Tyler Kraft 0 and McCaffrey with like 4.
Man, if we could have done the pair, literally 2 weeks ago, I had the Jonnu or last week maybe, the Jonnu and the Taysom together. And man, imagine that this week. You could have had a double tight end and get 75 points from that or 80 points from that. That's crazy. Asking about Kuzma being viable. Look, it's always fun to take a shot on him, but I wouldn't, I wouldn't prioritize him. If you're doing a middling-ish build, I think that you could definitely take a shot, but he still hasn't played 30 minutes. I don't believe in the game. Oh, he had the one weird game where he did.
Does Christian McCaffrey has literally no catches?
No catches yet.
No catches.
Yeah. It's been a weird game. There hasn't been that many plays even. It's just been slow and prodding.
I think he just caught a catch. Wait, I think I just gave him a catch. There it is. 1 catch, 5 yards.
There you go.
1.5.
He's still going to end up with like 25. I'm telling you.
he's right. And 2 touchdowns.
Right. Something's going to happen.
What do you so I'm gonna let Locke pass in the 6 o'clock thing, and then we have like an hour to stew over this Jalen Hardy thing like a little later.
Mm-hmm.
So the big news for me in the football later was that T. Higgins is playing.
Yeah.
So I mean that's gonna make a lot of these other Philly receivers a little less viable. And I actually like T. Higgins today. I
like him a lot.
Yeah. I would like to not play quarterbacks at the captain if I could avoid it. Mm-hmm. So now the other thing is that Chase with Higgins back is probably too expensive, but who cares?
Right.
So I like both of those guys. Those are my top 2 captains are Chase and Higgins. And I have very little of the quarterbacks. I have like 8% Herbert and like 6%. There's another catch from McCaffrey. He's going to get 25, right? Is that the story?
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah. And what else in the flex? I have nothing that's like that off the board here so far. Oh, actually, you know what? I have a few shares of DJ Shark.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Would you? I'm considering of the backup, whatever of the wide receiver 3s or whatever for Cincy. I would probably go back to Eusebius or whatever over
there.
Yeah. Okay. So we're on the same page there.
Yeah. I just think they look for him near the end zone, even when those 2 guys play. He's the only other one I would consider.
And what about the tight ends? The 3 tight ends, the Gesicki, Hudson, Sample. I mean,
I'm not playing, but I know the rule in general on these showdowns is play the Hudson and the Sample and probably forget about the Gesicki unless you're captaining him,
That's interesting.
I just think it makes sense to play the other guys who get involved, and they get involved near the goal line plenty of times because that's the way that Cincinnati plays. And it doesn't have to be Gesicki, even though he's their number 1 tight end. He could still have like 5 for 60 or whatever. He could also have like 1 or 2 for like 30 yards. Like that's totally on the table. Just it seems like a dump down game though.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that I think Higgins is my favorite play because of what I like. They don't let explosive plays happen. They've been the best in the NFL at it, basically. That's Harbaugh's whole thing in general. So that means a lot of underneath to Higgins is what I see.
Do you like what do you think of like Gus Edwards and what his impact is going to be maybe on the other guys?
On Dobbins? I like Edwards I think on showdown sites you can't go wrong because it's not that crazy. We saw Justice Hill involved more, with Baltimore when they're in must go mode. I like the sort of flipping the script. It doesn't have to be Dobbins every time. Gus Edwards will get some near the goal line potentially, so I think that's worth taking a shot at.
Oh, my giant squid is in business again. Oh my!
Yeah, that's just if you have Hill and Brown, you're pretty much the slate's over.
Giant squid. You know who's at first? You know who this is, right? I mean,
Who
he's
is
not. He's not. That's Mazer Bowie. That's
Oh, really? Oh, that's your guy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And look at that.
Oh man, poor guy with the Esteen with 0.8. Oh,
That's what I have too. I've got I have a chance, literally. Like I have the most time remaining in the big 200 single entry for 30K, but I've got the Estime with McCaffrey and with what do I have? The Broncos defense and Metcalf.
oh, and the G. Oh, he had 3 points out of the Jets D. Also, yikes.
That's what happened. But no defenses have come up big yet.
This guy, FJ Bourne, he's got McCaffrey. Oh, there's Utica with McCaffrey and Knox.
And the Niners.
And the Niners. Patriots had -1. So what does Squid have? Squid has Walker and Jennings and Barner.
Let's get there. I got a chance here. I'm talking myself into it. 60th place with the most time remaining in the top 60.
In which tournament?
The 200 single entry, the 30K for first.
Okay.
Double spy.
Yeah, I'm in that, so I'll scroll down for mine. Oh, the fadeaway started here, so let's I'm gonna take a look at some ownerships here.
Yeah, it'll take a minute probably.
Yeah, I wonder what's his name actually was. Let's see. Not quite yet.
I was like, oh, your winnings went up, but then I realized the tournament started.
I hate that.
It's always a tease. I'm like, oh, something may have happened.
What happened? Yeah.
Was it Metcalf for 100 yards? 100-yard play?
All right. So Robert Williams was 64%.
Oh, that's less than I would have thought, actually.
Yeah. Shaden Sharp was 45.
What about the alley-oop, though?
What about who?
In the alley-oop, I wonder what Williams was on.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm going to check that in a minute, I guess. So here in the fadeaway, we have after Robert Williams, I mean everybody else is sort of tame, but then again, they're guys that haven't been revealed yet.
Right.
Sarich only 19. Ty Jerome 19.
That's interesting.
I know. I'm telling you, if this were like a freaking Tuesday when nothing else is going on, like Robert Williams would be like 81, like Sarich would probably be 52 or something. You know what I mean? I don't know whether it'd be right or not, but it just wouldn't be as smooth. It's just no way. They would get behind somebody, I think.
My very weird play for tonight that makes no sense and would show up on nothing would be PJ Washington.
Why not? How about some of these guys that
is he even going to play? Yeah.
5%? Like Trey Young is like 7%. Jordan Poole is 2.45%. Like for example.
Wow, that's sort of surprising.
That's
a good game environment too. Washington could be the nuts. I mean, we see it every night with these Washington guys. Like if the game stays close, like everybody's getting like 6x, 7x.
So in answer to our question about which is the San Francisco-Seattle game is going to be the 35-31 game or the 20-13 game, I think we
got our answer.
I don't know. You never. It's Metcalf almost just broke one.
Oh no, that would have been huge for me.
Oh yeah, he's went out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm up to 40th now, 46th or whatever.
Okay.
But that would have a touchdown from him would have put me in like the top 10 possibly.
But just for fun, let me
that Scoot Henderson ownership I love. I love to see this.
Yep. So let's pull up the LaMelo Ball after all that went off at 6% or something. So let's see the alley-oop. Hey, I'm in first place. Yeah. Tied for first with everybody. So Sharp was 65, Murray 51. There you go, Robert Williams, 83%. There you go. And we'll take a look at the rest of it.
Who's that person? Is that
so I don't know. I don't really how I'm going to get particularly unique in the showdown, except to maybe just play like a whole bunch of Higgins at captain or something,
Yeah, I like the Higgins at captain idea. I wasn't going to play the showdown, but we're doing this, so I'm going to do it. But I think that is a good way to go. Can we please get a Metcalf touchdown or a Smith and Jigba? Either one.
He's trying. Oh, he just tried for you.
Oh,
Was that to Lockett? No, he threw it to Lockett. I mean, it was.
I block it too. I had on all this. That was my pick. I said I can't go for Taysom Hill again, so I've got to say the Seattle receivers and one of the and Taysom Hill.
Guy's ridiculous. Taysom Hill.
That Taysom Hill was nuts, dude. It's nuts how they use him. It's actually like unfair. I felt bad for Kamara. He was tackled twice inside the one, and on first down, both times Taysom Hill.
Like Barkley.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like Barkley made one of the greatest football plays I've ever seen to extend a drive last week and was tackled at the 1-inch line. And of course, that means, okay, Barkley's out of the game. We're just pushing.
So I'll have you know that Njigba just got a nice 15-yard catch.
Okay.
All right, so let me just see what
Estime made a play too. He made a catch.
Oh, there you go.
And they're up by 22, so maybe he gets some run.
Oh, that would be badass, huh?
It would be. I'm telling you, I've got to. This is not.
That was the other one. That was the 555 I was talking about. In the other one, we have this guy. Oh, these are flames. This is a war. You got all these guys around 230.
That's just an absurd score to have today, but it's like nuts. And
honestly,
honestly,
this guy in first had Ramondre with only.
They even they could have played Cup instead of Nakua, and Cup had more. Like it's even that like there's still Amir Abdullah. Somebody played Amir Abdullah
paired with Zach Charbonnet. Paired with Zach Charbonnet.
Wait, this is the 555.
No, this one's the 20 or whatever.
Okay, if it was the 555, I was going to lose my mind.
This is awesome. Look at this lineup. This is amazing.
There's a lot of PMR that no one.
Listen, this was the running back combination I was advocating on the stream. The Charbonnet Abdullah pairing. The business model was to hope they combine for 12 points, and yet we
play the Jonnu and Taysom Hill like we were talking about.
And then yet we're still in business here.
What I want to know is how do you find a lineup? How do you build a lineup by hand where you play Jonnu and Taysom Hill, and then you're like, oh, but I'm also going to be taking the two lowest owned running backs at the same time. Like you can do whatever you want if you just play those two guys together, and you're good.
So this guy's got, oh my God, this poor guy's got the Estime also. He's within 5 points of the win.
It's not impossible.
No, of course not. Especially at 28-6, like you said.
Yeah.
Ooh, and this is actually a big thing. He's got 7 reception yards and 2 receptions.
Yeah.
He hasn't gotten a handoff yet.
Mm-mm. That's actually like mixed because.
Oh, dude, I don't want to tell you what just happened.
What happened?
Well, I mean, it's not terrible, but
I went up. I'm in 30th now.
Yeah, no, dude, and Njigba freaking got tackled on the 3.
Oh, can we get one to Metcalf though? Because he's in my.
He's number 11, right?
Metcalf's number 14.
No, Njigba.
Smith and Jigba is number 11. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one. He almost got the touchdown.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. 25-yard, but he got cut down to the 3.
Man, give me something to
work with. Oh, but what about this guy? This guy's got the 83 PMR with 219. What has he got? He's got Cook, Hopkins, and the Broncos D.
And the Broncos D.
And he's got 15 points to make up on these guys with the double punt with the Charbonnet Abdullah. And whoever had Walker, by the way, just got a touchdown. So I have
some Walker.
That was what's his name? That was the forgot his name. Squid? Is he the one that had
I think so.
That had the Walker? Let's just see. Fantasy Football Millionaire. Let's see.
Oh my God! If I played Judy instead of Tillman, I literally am winning this tournament.
No, look at this though. So he just.
I'm close.
So he did not pass Estime yet. But he's probably going to.
I thought about the Amon-Ra. And by the way, the last touchdown for Amon, the last 12 points that Amon-Ra scored should not have existed in this world. You're up 49. You're 42-6 in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes to go. You shouldn't be getting touchdown or 8 minutes to go, whatever it was.
So Mazer Bowie has Estime and Shakir.
Yeah, everybody.
He's got Estime and Shakir, but Giant Squid has Walker, Jennings, and Barner. How's that possible? Oh, because this one's just at halftime. Okay.
So I need McCaffrey to come back with a big drive, and then I need Metcalf on the other end to get a big one. Look, Metcalf catches a 45-yard touchdown pass, and all of a sudden I'm sitting pretty.
Yep. And here's the FJ Bourne with everything. This guy's got a lot. See, that's the thing. I think Nick's might be done. No, maybe not.
No.
No, he can get another one, right?
No, there's a lot of time left. He can probably get 2 more.
All right. So he just handed the ball off to somebody. Let's see who that is. That's Estime?
I was hoping.
23? The guy looks young. Yep, Estime with a carry.
Okay. At least he's on the board with the carries.
He's on the field.
Is he there? What is Sean Payton doing? So he has this thing now where he just uses Williams all the time in the first half and then Estime in the second.
I don't know, but Estime's coming out of the backfield, and no, he didn't throw to him. He threw to somebody else. Who was that? Is that Sutton? Yeah, it's always Sutton.
It's always Sutton. Now it's getting Bailey is getting some more work now.
Estime with now 9 receiving yards, 4 rushing yards.
It's 3.3. It's still 1 play away, man.
Yep. Okay, back goes Bo. Over to Estime. Caught. 1 yard gain, but that's 1.1.
I'm really frustrated by this. There's so many 1v1s that always drive you crazy. But like I had the full game stack. If I had just gone with my original build with the Breece Hall instead, I would have. I mean, instead of Kamara, because that's what's killing me is the Kamara. Breece Hall scored 20 more.
Yeah,
I would be cruising.
All right, so it looks like the Broncos are punting. So I could actually look at live Seattle, San Francisco. So it's 2nd and 1 on the San Francisco 1. Is what's happening somewhere? No. Oh, what's the score in that game? Oh, it's 13-10. Okay. Why does they say here 2nd and 1 on San Francisco 1? Because
it's just behind.
Maybe they're doing the extra point or something. Is that the story?
Maybe.
Oh, this has a whole quarter left. Yeah, so it's Squids, Jennings, and oh man, and they're behind, so they're gonna have to. So Jenny's gonna have to get involved. He's not gonna have to, but
can we get Estime in the end zone? And all of a sudden, I'm looking like I'm in good shape. I just need that to happen.
Yeah,
this game might pick up, man. There's a lot of time left here.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember my first. I thought it felt like a bad beat, but it wasn't really. It just was like the Giants were down 28-0 in the 4th quarter, but it was I was in first place of everything, of the million, of the Wildcat, of everything. And the thing that ended up winning everything was the Giants stack. They came back 4 touchdowns down in the 4th, and I was just. That kind of stuff almost breaks you.
McCaffrey just grinding.
Or Baltimore defense would be good too for me. I mean, Broncos defense, excuse me.
Yeah, that was and that was the answer to the question of the Baltimore-Pittsburgh game. Was it 35-32 or 18-16?
Jesus. I mean, talk about things from Baltimore that were just horrible. I mean, missing 2 field goals from Justin Tucker was not expected. I don't know who had that on the bingo card.
I'm going to tell you something else. That frickin' Xavier Worthy better learn how to keep his feet in bounds.
What is going on with this? Did you see
it today? He had another one.
Yep, terrible. Totally agree. But that's the thing everybody says about him. He's really fast, but he doesn't have like the same skills.
This was bad for Mr. Bowie. Jennings with a 15-yard reception. So that's 2.5 for the bad guys. Bringing him within 0.7 of Mr. Miami. So Kansas City's going to win, right? That's the story.
It feels that way every week, but like for some reason, this felt like maybe they shouldn't. I mean, look, the rule is you always bet. Kansas City is. I mean, Mahomes is an underdog. Is 13-1-1. I think
it's ridiculous.
Lamar is 19-2-1. Like They're you just don't when they're underdogs. You just bet on those teams. Like,
All right. McCaffrey with a 10-yard reception. That's 2 points.
okay, it's good.
What does that give him? What does he have now? He's got 10.3. Plus the 2 touchdowns he's going to get. So 28 is the story. So it's gonna
He might be on the winner by the end of the day.
that would be obscene.
But it's that kind of a weird running back slate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there are some people out there who played both Lions running backs, but there's not that many, you know?
Yep. Josh Allen throwing into triple coverage. Okay, so McCaffrey 2 yards, so 0.2.
Jameson Williams is on some of my good ones. He's on a lot of them.
Look at the Mr. Tuttle has a good one here. I mean, it's not going to win or anything, but
He's so good. I'm interested in his process. Like he's really good.
got a couple of snowflakers in there. Okay, back. Purdy with like a 3-yard gain. And I think that's going to take us to the quarter.
A lot of things can happen.
Yep. Are they going to snap one here? They never snap it. They just never snap it. No, that's the end of the quarter. Let's see if there's any news on the NBA here. It's the Pistons starting those turkeys.
No, Duren is starting, not not Stewart.
Oh, look at that. That's right. Wow, that's crazy.
I think there was a conversation had. That's my guess. Because this is like, come on, Duren is like part of our actual core.
That's ridiculous. But that's like sort of amazing, right?
No, but it's kind of like what it is. Like you should be, if you're not a team that's contending to win something, you should be focusing on building up your young core.
Right.
Every time you have Cunningham, Ivy, and Duren, and that's it.
Yep.
That's it. Julius Randle hit a buzzer beater today. Is that real? Oh wow.
Meanwhile, look at what's cashing in the power suite. The Caleb Williams, Dunze, DJ Moore, triple stack. Caleb Williams, that's 70 rushing yards, floor.
Yeah, he really I thought for a while he was going to run. I mean, that's all he could do offensively. I was watching that game a little bit with some friends or some family.
Ooh, Buffalo stuffing. Then I'm on 3rd and 1. Yeah, so the Kansas City won't go for it now. Not from their own 29. Would they on 4th and 1? Maybe.
Should.
Well, let's
You're on
find
the
out.
road. I think you're going to at least line up for it.
Yeah, well, they're out there. Let's see. Well, they're certainly putting on a good act if they're not going to do it. Yeah, no, they're a bunch of nonsense. Yeah.
Because even if it works only 1 out of 10 times, it's still like you have to do it.
Who did it? Who'd they get the other day?
Who?
They got somebody on a jump.
Oh no, Rogers used to be like a ungodly.
No, just like a week ago, like
no.
high leverage spot too. Pittsburgh guy, maybe, I don't know, somebody. Some number 99 guy just jumped at for no reason. Like they knew that it was trying to draw him off, and it just didn't matter.
Right. Can we get a McCaffrey busting one?
Ooh, there goes. Oh my God, Sutton. That's a nice play by him. Yeah, I remember. It was so funny. I remember. I don't know why I remember this so vividly. Oh my God! Look at Tuttle in first place in this power sweep here. But I was quarterbacking a flag football game back when I used to do this in college and law school, whatever. And there was like a play, and we had the ball, and I said, "Listen," I got in the huddle. I'm like, "We're just going to try to draw them off sides, and I'm not even going to call a play. Okay, so there's no reason for any of you to be going anywhere. Just literally stand there. Okay." Mm-hmm. So I said, "Hut one," and one of my guys just went flying right out into the freaking out into the ether, right? And then so they called the penalty. I was like, I got everybody. I'm like, "Listen, no problem. Just want to ask you something. Where were you going?" It's like I didn't call any. Where exactly were you even going to be going? Like you were like, "I'm off." Where? Literally, there was no place to go, and yet you just, "I'm off." That's like quite funny.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
It's so weird to me. What do people think?
Hardy off the bench, maybe. Yeah. Who's this? Esteen? Oh, somebody with a run around the right side.
I think it was Williams.
All right, let's see this one. This one is this the This is the 555 again. But I'll tell you, he's. I don't know if he can hold, but he's certainly. Meanwhile, just one play for Shakir.
Or Estime.
Or Estime. But Jennings, I mean, they're down 3. And Walker's, he's got Walker too. I mean, Squid's got to be a huge favorite here.
I don't know about that.
Walker and Jennings. These guys also got Barner.
Yeah, but you've got Estime and Shakir. I think I would rather have that.
That's it.
But I think that's all they have, though, right?
That's it. Jennings just with another 15-yarder. So now 180's got to perform. Now you're gonna have to. Now he's behind. Oh, dude, I lost by. I played the golf. There's the golf like live final thing.
Yeah,
I was sweating like all weekend. I was battling and I lost by 2 points at the end.
Oh no!
Yeah, I had it all worked out too, like what I needed and stuff. And I ran so pure at the end, and I just came up. It was really bad because I actually miscalculated something. So I thought that when something happened at the end, it was going to be enough, but it wasn't. So
that's brutal.
McCaffrey for 1 yard.
They're 0.1 at a time.
Yep, 0.1 at a time, indeed.
I still have the time, man. I just need I need one of Estime, McCaffrey, Metcalf. The Broncos' defense has been awesome. Nobody owned them. They have 11.
You don't think they can't like just try to get Estime a touchdown somehow?
I think there's a chance in this fourth quarter. They're up by 3 scores. I think he becomes the running back if they're up by 4 scores. And I think if 5 minutes goes by, he becomes the running back. And he might be the running back anyway to start the quarter.
Okay, so that is a swing pass to McCaffrey. But I hope they didn't give him credit for a pass. That was not a pass. That was a backwards pass. But let's see what they give him.
Yeah, they gave him a catch.
Oh, that's so brutal. It was like not even remotely close also, by the way.
I believe that. They might change it. I mean, for some reason, Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
So tell me how this happens. How do you have 14 points? You have 2 touchdowns, and yet you're being credited with 2 2-point conversions. Look at Jameis Winston's things.
Oh, I heard about this.
Click on the top. It's ridiculous that you can't. It's mathematically impossible. Or one of the top ones. Yeah, 2 2-point conversions. Oh, they only have 1 for him.
Yeah, they have 1.
On mine, it says 2.
Interesting.
Look.
I believe you.
No, it's weird. Look, I'm just going to do this for a second.
It says 2 passing touchdowns, 1 2-point pass.
Look at this.
Let's see.
Oh, no, it just changed.
There it is.
It just changed. It just
That's
changed.
Shakir? No, who is that? It's not. Who's in the backfield for Denver? Let's see. They're in there. They're in the kill zone here. Okay, he's back to pass though. It's a completion to. I think this is not the good guys. Let's see. 33. No. 33. 33. I think it's McLaughlin. I think.
think you're right. It actually is McLaughlin.
Oh, there's another one for Jennings. Oh, he's just killing people.
Yeah.
It's good because you know what? Because Squid needs the money, so it's all good. Now we don't have to worry about Squid's financial future.
I've run pretty bad in these afternoon games. I have to say, I didn't realize how well I was doing because just to have the Moore, Hill, Taysom combination is a good combination.
So first down on Seattle's 8. Who's gonna get the leverage player? Is it gonna be McCaffrey? Is it gonna be Debo? Maybe what's his name runs it in himself? Let's see. No, well, McCaffrey got down to the 3. You think it's going to be squeaky wheel? You think Debo Samuel's going to get one?
Feels it. I felt it earlier too, but it didn't happen. Deuce McBride is out. Karl Anthony Towns is in.
Okay. McCaffrey, by the way, has lost his snowflake at least. It's 13.5 now.
He's up to he's past snowflakes.
And here comes the touch. Here it comes. Here it comes.
You got to give it to him.
Comes the 20 ball. Here it comes.
Is it coming?
I don't know. We'll see in a second. Nope. Purdy 2. Oh man, to Jennings. Oh man.
Touchdown?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep. And Squid just starts, counting his money.
Jesus.
Unless well, Shakir could do something maybe.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left.
He's got a full 11-point cushion now.
That's a lot of time though. I mean, it's one or two plays.
Yeah,
that was a lot of little receptions.
So let's check the other one. Let's check the other
Williams and Taysom Hill, my 2 favorite guys. And how do I not have the winner today?
What? Oh, let's check the other Millie Maker. Let's see. Let's check this one. Let's see who's the BRB. This is the actual. And no, this is the guy still? No. Where's the guy with the? Oh, he's gone. No, he's still lurking. The Charbonnet Abdullah. Dude, how bad? That'd be amazing if Charbonnet got a touchdown. And
what if Charbonnet?
Right?
It's like you're playing a third string back, essentially, somewhat in Abdullah, and you're playing the second string back.
Dude, look at this. Wait, check this out. 2 receptions.
2-2. My lucky
2-2, and he's 2.4. He's got Kobe's fantasy points, right?
Kobe's not too. He's
24.
He's 824. We call him 8. That's what he is.
Okay. Oh man, and is Squid gonna win this one too? No way. He's behind by 8, and he's got the same lineup. This is the same lineup. The Walker, the Jennings, and the Barner. And this guy, the Coolfish, has 60. Boy, not
with Hopkins.
Not the best for Hopkins, huh?
No. He also made one of the greatest catches I've ever seen in this game, so I can't even hate on it.
Oh, really?
It was like a 3-yard play, but he literally caught it with one hand that had no business coming near the ball.
Okay.
And it was literally a fingertip on one hand catch, to get near a first down. I feel like that's what the future of fantasy should be. There should be first downs included as bonuses, 0.0, 0.1, whatever. Make it something. If you make 50 first downs in a game as a team, that should count as something.
That's interesting.
It makes sense. It's if you're going to really try to weigh what the game means, and also include some defensive players, throw the kickers back into the mix.
They used to try that, right, with the defensive players.
Yeah, but they tried it with the kickers. Was a normal thing when I was playing.
Oh, really? Even on
draft, one of the biggest advantages, because there were teams that were not willing to go for it on 4th down, and there were teams that weren't. It was very easy to figure out who to play. People treated kickers like defenses, and that's not the case how kickers should be treated. Justin Tucker back in his heyday, before they had a real offense, I mean, that was the play every week because he would get 17 fantasy points every week.
which really is amazing. Like Jameis Winston, like the team scored 14 points.
He threw for 400 million yards. They missed. The field goal kicking today was the worst. I don't know what happened. For whatever reason, the beginning of the year, nobody misses any field goals. Everybody's making 60-yarders left and right. And then for some reason, in the middle of the season, the least person who should be tired or have any mid-season woes or whatever, it's always the kickers. It makes no sense. How does the kicker, he missed the 51-yarder, fine. He missed a 35-yarder, okay, penalty. Then you miss a 27-yarder, then you miss a 24-yarder. How are you supposed to play football if that's what's happening?
And the great irony, by the way, is that the worst team in football has the best kicker by a lot.
By a mile. And it's so weird to me that it used to freak me out about the SEC. I was like watching these teams play and battle it out. I'm like, there are 5 kickers in the Pac back then, the Pac-10, then the Pac-12, that were so much better than every kicker in the SEC. But for whatever reason, the SEC just had no good kickers for like literally a million years. Alabama would be great. All these teams would be great. And their kickers were like the worst there was. It makes no sense to me.
So check this out. So this is what late swap looks like, by the way, in the NBA. So when you pull up the late swap tab, first thing that you'll notice is that for all of these guys playing, you not only have live projections on these guys that started, and actually the live actual points. So he's got like 13.5. They're now projecting him for 15. And it already locked in what the ownership is, because that's already been released, right? Mm-hmm. And then these continue to adjust based on what these other guys were. So that's the benefit of the late swap, is it takes into account all this data that's going to presumably impact who you're supposed to play and who everybody else is probably going to play. So what we do here is literally we just hit late swap, and already remembers my stuff here. And
then wait until there's a hiccup. Sometimes there's a hiccup though.
Late swap 2 contests, whatever. And then I could put my own projections in, but at this point, let's just go with Saber Sims for now. We'll reset the projections, okay? And then we'll just hit. Actually, probably need to do something different. I think maybe not. And then we'll just hit build swaps.
So I cleared all my things the other night on Friday. I just refunded everybody on StakeKings because it literally broke, and I talked to Jordan about it.
Oh, really?
It would not edit my lineups. I cleared every setting I had, every single thing. I just tried to run.
Did you have Jordan look at it for you?
He's looking at it, yeah.
Okay.
He said there's been a couple other people who had the same issue.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good then. I mean, that.
Yeah. And it was not like a huge volume for me. I was okay with it. I just want to make sure, like, when I'm playing huge volume, that it's working,
Yeah.
It's a funny combination because I like to keep a little bit of the player percentages a lot of the time in football, but like I'm trying to figure out what the sweet spot is when I'm supposed to edit, because the more information you have, and a lot of times, like in the last, 5 minutes of a game, you might get 2 scores that totally change everything. So
right.
I want to optimize fully, efficiently.
Yep.
But you can't do it too late. So it's you got to get something in 20 minutes before, and then you got to get something in the last minute, hopefully.
How are these turkeys doing, by the way? Let me see how the Robert Williams and all these guys are doing, actually. Let's take a look. The NBA here. So Robert Williams only has 3 points, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 turnover. Well, who's doing well? Nobody's really doing well. Cade Cunningham, 13. No, so nobody's really killing it in the early.
Good.
In the early window, right? Yeah, exactly. Klingon has 9 fantasy points, still in the first quarter. What did he end up being owned? 15. Okay, that's interesting. All right, I'm gonna get going. Good luck, everybody who plays tonight, and I will. Oh, so tomorrow I'm out for recording, but I'll be back for live.
Okay, good. Sounds good, man.
Okay, later.